Hello everybody, welcome to the MLC, aka Myster Lemba channel. This is Myster Lemba. Today's knowledge that I want to drop is called Do Unqualified Men Lead Relationships? That's a question. Do unqualified men lead relationships? Now, before I go further into the topic, I want to address some of my followers that have some requests and drop some questions. Myster Lemba has not forgotten about you, so hang tight. I'm coming with your answers. Now, to today's topic. The reason I chose to drop knowledge on this topic is because there are some teachers on YouTube that are misinforming our people. Now, I don't call out names over here. I don't do that. But I will correct an issue if necessary. You see, let me read my topic for you again. Do unqualified men lead relationships? Now, there's a particular video that I was watching where the individual making the video says that men need to be real men before they ask a woman to lead. Now, this is not the exact title because I don't want to point anyone to the video of this individual unless you are a follower of mine and you know how to find it, or you've seen that video already. You could do that on your own. But this person says that you have to be a real leader before you ask her to lead. So it brought me to a paradigm, to a mindset, to an understanding that that's probably where a lot of our women are coming from. And I believe this video could be misleading and even detrimental, because I believe that teacher who dropped this video misunderstand a very important component. So you already know that's why Myster Lemba's here to clarify that. So let's get into this teaching. First of all, the answer is very simple to my question. My question is, do unqualified men lead relationships? The answer is no. Now, I know a lot of women are out here thinking I'm full of it. Maybe I'm crazy. Because you as a woman might be thinking, I've seen so many men who aren't worth jack. I've seen so many men who are losers. I've seen so many deadbeats, so many wicked brothers. And you guys know on the Myster Lemba channel, when I speak to only men, I'm talking about men. I'm not talking to wicked brothers. So if you're a wicked brother, you either get in line with Myster Lemba's teaching and be a righteous brother, or this channel's not for you. These women are probably saying they've seen so many smash and dash brothers, men. They've seen so many deadbeat fathers. So how is it could Myster Lemba say that there are no unqualified men leading relationships? Well, that's why you're on the Myster Lemba channel. Because here you will hear teachings you won't get anywhere else. Not in this style, not in this way. Let that sink in. Yeah. Now the reason I said no is because all of those sorry men I just mentioned are not leaders. Let me say that to you again. All those sorry men I just mentioned are not leaders. So my brothers, you know I speak to you directly. You know you are not one of those men. So when you are in a relationship and you are leading and your woman have a problem with it, you know that the problem is with your woman. Now if you're a woman or if you're a man and those characteristics I just mentioned is in that man or is in yourself as a man, then you know you're not leading, because those are not the characteristics of a leader. You see, on the surface, what the teacher of that particular video that I'm addressing was saying sounds good. But once you put some thought into it and you start using your brain, you realize it's fluff. Now, I don't mean no disrespect, but bad teaching must be called out. This is the channel of correction. You come to the Myster Lemba channel to improve and to be better. Better men, that is. And if you're a woman, you can always learn, because Myster Lemba channel is full of knowledge. So let me keep dropping it to you. Now, it would make sense that if you are not a leader, a real leader, you shouldn't be asking her to lead. But what this brother failed to understand, most sorry men are not asking women to lead. So this man had an issue with the brothers on YouTube that are teaching on women, specifically black women, that do not let their men lead. And what this teacher was saying is for men to stop complaining on YouTube and elsewhere about women not letting them lead. He was saying that these men are like a broken GPS that wants this woman to follow them, and all they're doing is getting her lost and making her worse off, and that all they are really doing is giving her trust issues. Well, while that sounds good, and it's gonna get a lot of women subscribers, because one thing about YouTube teachers you have to understand, a lot of them are just trying to make paper. So they will tell you anything to make you feel good, rather than teach you the truth to fix the problem, even if you get pissed off. That's why you have the Myster Lemba channel, because here I'm going to give it to you real, and we're going to get what we need for this illness that is specifically in the westernized black communities around the world. And if you are of any other race, these apply to you too. But I just speak to a specific people. Let's get back into the teachings. Real leaders are complaining because we have women that are not disciplined enough and haven't been taught from the very beginning to let their men lead. These are women who are raised by bitter mothers that told them do not depend on no men. These are the women I was talking about in my video. Independent women equals stupid women. Independent women equals stupid women. Interdependence over independence. These are the kind of women I was talking about. So let me address some points. First off was the type of men, which I already started talking about. The type of men that are complaining are men who actually real men, because these men actually give a damn about a relationship. You see, a guy who's trying to smash and dash does not complain to a sister about not being able to lead. Yeah. Let that sink in. See, for all the ladies that applaud this teacher, understand, if you ever had a one night stand, do the man ask you to let him lead? Of course not. If you ever been with a friend with benefits, does that man ever ask to lead? Of course not. If you ever had a lazy man who just lived off of you, who did absolutely nothing productive with himself, does he ever ask to lead, or do you feel like you are leading a little brother? Yeah. See, we're not thinking deep when people are giving us these little superficial, on the surface, weak teachings that sound deep. You got to beware of the weak teachings that sound deep. See, sorry men do not ask women. They don't ask women to lead. Sorry men don't care if you want them to lead, because they're not planning on being around long enough, or they're just there for the money and the stuff you get them. I'm going to get into it. I can feel I'm going to get into it today. You see, a lot of you need to understand that sorry men do not care to lead a woman. So my brothers, if you're trying to lead, that means you are a real man. And if there's a woman who thinks that a sorry man was trying to lead her, she misunderstands the difference between a leader and a ruler. You probably had a sorry man who was trying to rule you, but he was not trying to lead you. See, I think I'm going to have to make a video specifically on that. Now, the other part is, no man, not one, should be asking a woman to let him lead. See, I have a problem with this teacher when he says ask. We are telling women to let us lead. And if they do not, they are not wife material. Let me say that to you again. Women have to let us lead. And if they do not, they are not wife material. See, I covered that in some of my previous videos. And women who understand knows how sexy it is to let your man lead. Because if he's a wimp, if he's like your little brother, if he's like your son, he turns you off. See, if a man is begging a woman to let him lead, he is not the leader of the relationship. A man shouldn't be asking a woman to let him lead. Yeah. Oh yeah. A man should not be asking a woman to let him lead. Part of the second part is her willingness. You see, if she's not willing to let you lead, that's probably why you are asking her to let you lead, which you shouldn't be doing, because that's a sign of a woman you shouldn't be getting with. So once again, do unqualified men lead relationships? Absolutely not. Only the qualified men lead relationships. And only the qualified women are willing to be led in a relationship. See, unqualified women, those that are rejects, not wife material, those that will spend their lives looking up at a different man's face all the time because they can't get away from the D, but they cannot submit to a man so they can be a wife. Those are the unqualified women. Women that have fallen into whoredom because they don't have what it takes to elevate to the wife class. They haven't learned yet. Those are the unqualified women who are not letting men lead. The same way you have unqualified men in relationships. Unqualified men. No. Qualified men in relationships, they are leaders. There is no such thing as a man leading in a relationship and he is not qualified. There could be a man in a relationship that doesn't lead. Yeah, that could be an unqualified man. I just wanted you guys to think with me. I wanted you guys to let this sink in and understand the difference. Crappy men don't care about a woman, and he doesn't care to lead. So if you're a woman listening, though this channel's not directed to you, understand, if a man is trying to lead, you have a real man on your hands, and he's qualified. The third point, let's get into it. Why is this teacher not asking? Why is this woman's legs open? Oh yeah. Why is this woman's legs open? See, there's also no accountability in that individual's video. See, before this woman gets into a sexual act with this man, she should have understand that he has some vision which shows leadership. See, we're not teaching the women, and that's why they're falling like this. And he's misleading the men into thinking they should be asking to lead. Asking. You got to be kidding me. Asking? Really? See, leaders don't ask to lead. They are seen, and people gravitate to them, and they lead. Now, so you have a woman in a relationship refusing to let a man lead because that man is not a real leader, like this teacher said. However, she feels comfortable enough submitting to this man sexually. He's not addressing the whoredom and the stupidity of that woman. Any woman who finds a man unfit to lead her, yet she is willing to lay under that man, spread her legs, and risk getting pregnant, even if you're on the pill, have your tubes tied, have the man on a vasectomy, or wearing a condom, there's always a very minute chance. See, she doesn't mind getting pregnant by this man. She doesn't mind risking using up her virtue under this man's penis, letting him soil her mouth. But she doesn't want to let him lead. What kind of a woman allows a man to sexually indulge in her, but think that he's not deserving enough to make some rules around the house? See, that's why you're on the Myster Lemba channel. See, you're not getting teachings like this in most of these other places. Small channel, new channel, but I'm growing, I'm teaching. While I'm saying that, go ahead and pause real quick. I need you to subscribe to this channel. Hit the bell icon so you get notifications. Like this video, share this video, and comment. Most importantly, learn. Now, back to topic. Do unqualified men lead relationships? Absolutely not. Why? Well, Myster Lemba just proved it to you. I want you guys to let that sink in. Play that video again. Those that drop requests, I didn't forget about you. I'm coming. On the Myster Lemba channel, Myster Lemba is always coming. With that said, much love. Myster Lemba out.